Martin and Hero. How are you guys doing today?
Good, thank you. How are you, Bonnie?
I'm great. Yeah, Hero, we've met actually when you came to Toronto a few years ago for After, so it's great to see you again.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Yes, it was.
I vaguely
And you've
remember
done
now
a
you
few
say.
since.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Good to see you guys. Okay, I got to say, I didn't know what to expect. I love this film. I just love that it had so much heart, but yet it was so freaking hilarious. So, Martin, I want to ask you, let's start with you because you get this script. What was your initial reaction? And then were you thinking, like, how am I going to pull this off?
Yeah, it's I mean, I read it and I loved it straight away. And it's funny because I read it and thought, well, it's just so like it feels so authentically 80s. And then obviously I find out it was written in the 80s. And kind of the film had been optioned and kind of been in development to so many studios. It almost got made 3 or 4 times. And I think like once in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. And for whatever reason, it didn't get made. And then it came to me. I loved it, and then just wanted to do justice to the writers of delivering a great film and assembling a great cast. We couldn't do that. We got these guys, but it worked.
Yeah. Oh, boy, did it ever. I got to tell you now, Hero, I can relate because I was a zombie extra in the film Warm Bodies, and it was the biggest thrill of my life. But your Mitch is so freaking hilarious because I have to know how the first part of this film, you're on the couch, he's manipulating you all over. How do you not start laughing your head off? I mean, come on.
I think you do for a few takes, and then Martin comes in and is like, well, actually, Martin comes in and he's laughing too, and the AD says, "Guys," and it's like everyone except maybe like Simon, our first AD, is like, "Come on, we need to shoot this now." But no, I mean, I did practice on the sofa at home a fair few times, and one of the main issues was I didn't really realize this till after, but contact lenses we put in just for the visual effect of making the eyes look dead, and secretly they were the biggest help in keeping your eyes open for such a long time when you're playing dead, because the breathing is one thing, but yeah, keeping your eyes open for that long and not tearing up or blinking would be impossible. But the contact lenses was a happy accident because they really helped with that. I really enjoyed playing dead for the first 2 weeks. I actually got a bit complacent, and by the time I had to talk, it's quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah. So
he's excellent. He's excellent doing nothing.
It looks excellent, and you get paid for it. I mean, seriously, dream job.
Honestly, get me more of those, please, Martin.
Yeah, absolutely. Although we like hearing you talk, so don't take too many of those. But but Hero, seriously, like to get into the mindset of a zombie, and then the way you play this guy, Mitch. I mean, he's just with limbs falling off and this dog. I mean, honestly, I just, it's brilliant. But you just did such a good job doing it. It must have been a scream, honestly.
It really was. It was so fun, and I think that's why I initially kind of was drawn to the project in the first place. Was I was like, this is just clearly such a fun role to play. He's dead, so he has nothing to lose. And I think a lot of our the roles that are most desirable for actors are like the really vulnerable, deep ones where there's so much inner conflict. And I was like, this is going to be really refreshing to play someone who he can be so consistent with his just happy-go-lucky nature. Was just fun for me to play. I think it even made me a happier person through filming, just being kind of in that space.
I seriously had a smile on my face for the whole time. And, Martin, I want to ask you because, look, chemistry is important. There's no question. But, I felt that Max and Hero just they must have connected immediately. And plus you were shooting during COVID. So you had to be together, all of you. There was no question. But how do you know? How did you know those two were going to work so well together?
I think it's, anything in film is best guess. Anything's best guess. Anything's, an element of hope. And I think that, obviously, I'd not worked with Hero before. I hadn't worked with Max before. But kind of when I spoke to them both individually, it just kind of, as a director, you can kind of feel if somebody immediately okay, this is going to work. And it's strange because when I first met Hero, I found him quite a funny guy, quite a funny, naturally a funny bloke, which I wasn't expecting to. And I think Hero was surprised that I found him so funny. And it was just really nice to see Hero kind of, the comedy and really, really sort of embracing it and it coming very naturally to him. And then Max having this really kind of like nuanced, detailed, in-depth performance. And those two that are very different, different characters and different approaches, just, it worked so well, you know? And I think it became, you know, in the script, and Hero might disagree with me, but I think that in the script, like the friendship was there, but it wasn't as, the friendship wasn't as overpowering to the story as it became. And as we were shooting, the evidence that became evident, this relationship between Mitch and between Oliver just was such a prevalent part of the whole story.
Yeah, I agree. And I didn't even like, at one point, I didn't even remember that he was dead, because to me, it just felt like they were pals, you know, like, and it was sad when well, I don't want to give anything away because it's so amazing. Now, Hero, I was going to ask you, first of all, did you immediately connect with Max? And did you ever know that you were so bloody funny? Like, you need to do more comedies, my friend.
Thank you so much. Do you know what? I'm hilarious all the time in person, but it was just with acting. It's a bit of a different, it's a different being comedic when you have lines and it's like the joke doesn't come from here, it comes from there, and you need to make it. But I honestly, I'm so flattered and grateful that Martin believed in me, and also like me and Martin get on so well to a point where like I think he made me funnier and gave me the confidence to do that. And in future, I would love to do more comedy now that I know I don't completely suck at it. But no, it was actually, it was eye-opening, because it was never something that I kind of thought, oh, I'm going to get into comedy movies. It felt like almost like probably the most, if I thought of it like I'm going to go and try and be funny in comedies, that would be a really daunting kind of transition. But because it happened so naturally and me and Martin got on so well on our first like FaceTime, and there's so much about the character that I loved, I was lucky that it kind of like helped me get there. But I would love to do more comedy, man. I had so much fun doing it. So
well, it's good. I know your fan base is going to love this for sure. There's no question. And just also seeing you in The Woman King, again, mixing it up and doing something different with that, you know, good on you. Like, you did a great job. Well, listen, I wish I had more time to talk to you both. I just really, really enjoyed this film. I really want to get the word out there because it's such a feel-good movie at the end of the day. So thank you both so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and best of luck with everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. I appreciate your kind words.
You're welcome.
Thank you for spending
Take care. Nice seeing you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, Zoom user. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.